Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's time once again to meet our community. The Hispanic business community here in Orange County, powered by the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, with the one man, he knows everybody, John Gutierrez.
Hey, everybody. Welcome again to our community podcast show, powered by the Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, John Gutierrez, Senior Vice President here. And with us today, we have another special guest with us, Mr. Henry Mendoza, who's a CPA. And he's also with, of course, his company, and Company LLP. He's a certified public accountant and partner in it. Over 40 years of CPA experience, partner at MMA Company LLP, involved in the community for over 30 years. He was our chairman of our Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. He's also chairman of the California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And of course, he's the creator of our Orange County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Estrella Awards, which many of you know about it. We've had many guests, many winners that are part of our Estrella Award that have been on our podcast show. And also, he's a trustee of the California State University System. And for many years, he's been working all over the world in Egypt, South Africa, Singapore, Puerto Rico, and many more places. Welcome, Mr. Henry Mendoza.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here. It's such an honor. You're one of our, I like to call you one of our founding fathers of the Orange County Hispanic Chamber, even though the chamber had already been around a little bit, right?
Yeah, they've been around a few years, but when you say founder, the modern Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, there was people before us, but we organized it and it became the chamber that we know now. And in the last few years, it's changed a little bit too, with new blood, young blood that's come in and done a lot of really good things, the youth chamber, etc. I think I'm very impressed with what's happened since I've been around. And it's hard to believe that I've been around a long time.
How many years would you say it's been since you got involved?
With the chamber, you can't remember. I've been married 30 years, so it was a few years before that, probably not.
So 25 plus at least.
No, 30 plus.
30 plus.
30 plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you feel like time has just gone by so fast?
Yes, life has gone by quickly. So yeah, it just keeps moving. Every day, it's another week. So you get older and I become older. So as you reminded Ruben and I earlier, we're part of the old guard.
I was giving them a hard time on the way here to the show in the elevator. I said, how long have you older gentlemen been friends? And Ruben gave me this look. What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
I said, well, you guys are part of that generation that started the Orange County Hispanic Chamber. I've been around the chamber about 15 years. So I remember when I stepped into it, meeting many of you at Estrella Awards. It was the first time I think I met many of that whole generation. And now that I've been here 15 years, I've seen at least 3 or 4 new generations come after me that are now involved with our youth chamber and now have graduated from our youth chamber and now are working for some pretty big companies.
It's an organization that actually I tell people all the time it changed the trajectory of my life.
Yeah.
I met my wife there, which is one of the biggest accomplishments. I have 2 beautiful girls that are a result of that, 27 and 24. So,
see, the
Sophia
chamber
and Isabella.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, but also everything that I did, it was amazing. I got a flyer thrown on my desk by my boss, and I never looked back. It's been an amazing journey, and like I said, I've met presidents and governors, and it's all because of this.
Now, let me ask you this about the Estrella Awards. You're obviously one of the founders, creator of it. You said it was you and your brother?
He is a brother from another mother, Raul Medrano. He's like
a brother, right?
Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine.
Shout out to him. Great man.
Yeah, we've been fishing together for 30 years, but in those days you would pick whoever was going to do your installation dinner, as they called it. And up to that point, it was a lot of speeches, and sometimes they're duds. It was terrible. It was boring. And then he said, can you do it for me? And I said, only if you allow me to change it. And then the rest is history. He was involved because he had to say yes to everything. But I had all these ideas, and he just kept saying, yeah, sure. And we had a committee, and we renamed it, and we made it a celebration of the community. So the awards came from that because we wanted to make sure everybody was involved. There was all these great people that did great things in the community, and we wanted to make sure they were recognized.
Now, for those of you viewing us for the first time or listening to us for the first time, Henry is talking about our annual Estrella Awards. It's been going on for many years. And that is why I'm asking him a little bit about the history of that, because for people like myself, let me know a little bit more about what to you compared to back then to now do you see different, the Estrella Awards?
The Estrella Awards, that is my legacy, because as things move on, but it stayed the same. And it's different every time, and I think that's fantastic, because you go and you're not sure what's going to happen at the next event, right? So
Yeah.
who's going to show up? We've had some celebrities there and et cetera. They just show up with somebody and then they do an act. And the next thing you know, my family one time said, "Hey, this is great. Can we come again?" Because
Yes.
George Lopez showed up and just
No
brought the
way.
house down.
Wow.
Brought the house down. Yeah, but I see a huge difference. The people there. You mentioned the youth chamber. There's a lot of. I remember them as young people, like Mike Limon. He was
Yes.
a very young man, and now he's leading a school and. He's a leader here in the community and with the chamber. I mentioned his name. There's a lot of other people, but
Oh, yeah.
I remember him, a very young man, and so all of a sudden, here he is. It's also too has been around a long time.
And now he's running a school in Santana,
Yeah,
right? A
yes.
great school down there. Now, I just want to make sure we also point out that there's a great event that Henry, of course, is involved in with our collaboration with our chamber, with OC Forum, right?
Yep.
Gary Acosta, who is the CEO of NAREP and co-founder. This will be September 24th. It's on a Wednesday at the Pacific Club in Newport Beach. You can go to ocforum.org to learn more about the event and tickets. We're going to get into that shortly here, but it's in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. It is at 11:30, which is nice. It's like a lunchtime area.
Yep.
So we'll get into that. But first and foremost, we'd love to learn more about you, Henry.
All right.
If you can share with us a little bit about just where you grew up and how did you get to this point in your career, in your life, and of course, how we went a little bit into the chamber, but how we ended up obviously connecting you with, or you getting connected with the chamber.
Yeah, so many years ago, obviously, I was born in Fullerton, so I'm an Orange County guy. Born St. Jude. My name was supposed to be Enrique, and it is Henry. So the nuns named me, so I always tell people when they say, "Your name's Enrique," and I said, "You can call me that, but God named me," so the nuns named me. So there was no such thing as
Nice.
as bilingual. They had to get a dictionary out and figure out what Enrique meant, and so that's where I was born in Fullerton. My dad was from La Habra, so northern Orange County,
Yes.
and born there. And we moved over to Whittier, grew up there, but then went to Cal State Fullerton. Go Titans!
Go Titans.
Go Titans! My brother and I followed him.
Yes.
And my brother led the way. He's a dentist and a professor at UC San Francisco. And family of 5, every one of us have some type of degree. So my dad went from being deported during the repatriations to coming back, working in factories, and also was farm labor, etc. But we made it through, and he made sure that we got educations, and that was the key to doing something. I got a lot of help on the way, teachers, etc. In junior high, I went to Nebraska with one of my teachers and saw something I'd never seen before, open land and cows and hogs and the whole farm thing. And so that was fantastic. And so I've had a great life. People have helped us there. You can't do it on your own. And so from Whittier, then Cal State Fullerton, and then I started working in downtown Los Angeles. So I know there's a lot of politicians up there. So I remember Mayor Bradley and went to his fundraisers, etc. So that's a while back. And then came back to Orange County and worked for a firm in Newport Beach, and then real estate, and then I started my own firm, and then where the traveling you're talking about, I somehow got involved with international clients. They like me, and the first place I went to, very exotic, was Egypt, and I spent 5 years going back and forth and doing stuff for them there, and then they liked me so much, they did something in South Africa, and I went down to South Africa and did spend a lot of time there. And then doing extractive industries is what I was doing. And then I was in Puerto Rico prior to that for almost a year. And so I learned that's where I learned salsa and merengue and all that. So
Nice.
Us Latinos like to.
And just so you know,
like to-
salsa is dancing, not just eating the salsa, just for those of you that are wondering.
At that point in time, I didn't know that either. So when I was young, my family's Mexican, so we listened to ranchera music and that kind of stuff. So
What made you decide to start your business? I know you were going through the journey there. That you went from being, of course, an employee somewhere working for a company to suddenly, hey, I'm going to start my own firm. What was that like for our viewers and our listeners? Can you share a little bit about that story?
I realized that the only way that I was going to keep moving forward was to start my own firm, and I hit that point and realized that it was going to have to be myself. So I left, and then the funny part is that my wife was very pregnant, and I said, I'm starting my own firm, and I'm totally surprised that she went along with it. I knew no better, and I had one client that went with me, and within 3 months, I had 10 people, and I had my own space, and I kept moving real quick. I tend to talk a lot, so I was out there working it, and so I had no choice. I had a baby coming, and I had a
By
house.
working it, you meant like marketing, networking, which is what we see a lot at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. You got to get out there, right?
You got to get out there. And you know what? The only limitation is yourself. And so I just went for it. And I went out there. I didn't know any better. I was going to start my own business, and I did. And I grew it. I had at one point 40 employees and 4 partners, and so things have morphed over the years. But I have one partner now, and actually 2 partners, and a bunch of people, and doing the same thing. But now I'm a lot more seasoned. There's almost nothing. If it has numbers in it, I probably looked at it. I can do it. I have
you can do it with your eyes closed almost, right? I can
do it with my eyes closed, and I tell people I can take it from cradle to grave. So you can, well, if you want me to startups are fun, and then sometimes people have to shut them down for multiple reasons, and so we can do that too. But and I became a CPA just by, again, the humble beginnings. I sat across from a guy at a factory. I worked at a factory in high school, starting my junior year, a full swing shift, and the guy across from me was going to be an accountant, and I went, me too, and I had no idea what that was, and I became an accountant, and the rest is history. It was by accident. I worked a swing shift for almost a whole year. I used to fall asleep in class, and my teacher took me aside and said, okay, do you have problems? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why do you sleep? And I told him, I work 8 hours when I leave here.
Wow.
And then he says, how do you get A's? Do you cheat, or what do you do? And I said, no, I read the book. Sleep here, and I read the book later. I got lucky. I was able to do it.
Would you say that your hard work, your ethic to your craft, does that come from your parents, from your history, from your family? Where would you say that comes from?
My family. My dad, that's all he talked about was work. You had to work, and you had to get up, and you had to work. And my mother kept us moving. There was no sleeping in. She'd walk in the room, all boys, and she'd open all the windows to air it out, and then you know when that happens.
Vámonos, dale duro.
She didn't care what time you got in, nothing. It was like get up and get out and start mowing the lawn, clean your cars, go to work, whatever the heck it was. And my dad was just there you get that look. He was pretty gentle with us. You didn't want Dad to do anything.
It's that famous look. We all know that look.
Yeah, look. And so it was all about working.
Yes.
From mowing lawns to delivering newspapers to you name it, and we did it, my brother and I. So my brother, I mention him a lot because we're only 1 year apart.
Oh.
Yeah, my older brother, and so we.
Is your brother still around? Or?
Yeah, my brother's still around. He's a dentist and a professor up at UC San Francisco.
Oh, congratulations to him.
Yeah.
We got to have him on the show one day, man.
Yeah, he's been teaching for 40 years, so he's almost done also. But he's up there and he runs, I don't know what a class or something, a whole division or whatever it is that you do up there. But if you go through that school, you go through him.
Now, let me ask you this. Now that your firm is where it is it interesting to sit there and look back and go, wow, I went from my first client to a few clients to now, I don't know, hundreds or thousands. I don't know how many clients you have, but is it just so different? Is it so real to you?
It is sometimes. You sit around and you want to pinch yourself.
Yeah.
We think as you get older, you start thinking back, where did we start? We had a 2-bedroom house and 5 kids, and you can think a little crowded. 1 bathroom, it was a 900 square foot house, and we just took turns using the restroom. Sometimes you didn't. Somebody's taking a shower while you're getting ready. It's just clothes. I'd put my clothes down, and my brother would put them on and take off with them.
And don't turn on the water while somebody's showering.
Oh, yeah. But it was,
I remember those days.
You had to eat quick or it was gone.
Yeah.
I have 3 boys, and I have a brother Brother Michael is a big guy, and he could put it away, and so you had to be in the kitchen quick or it was gone. But it was fun. We didn't know any better. And you think back, and there's a lot of people, I think. I had a teacher named Mr. Patras from junior high that took a liking to my brother and I, and then they really
played a huge role in your life.
Huge role.
He's kind of like a mentor, you're saying?
Yeah, he took me to Nebraska, and I got to see what it was like, and just not being in the city. And my brother, the same thing. Around that time, they grabbed him and said, "You got good hands, and you could be a dental technician." And then another teacher said, "No, become a dentist." And the rest is history. People have a lot of influence on you when you're young, and I do that now. I have some mentees that I've worked with, and some of them. I met his boss yesterday, and he's off to I forgot, the East Coast, and everything I suggested he did, and he'd call me and say, "Pinch me, I'm in Florida, and it's because you suggested that I go there and do this and that and join that club." And so it's great when you see people listen, and then they come out the other side being good citizens and good business people. So I think, again, I always now try to pay it back.
That's
or
great.
Pay it forward, as I call it.
I would never imagine you being an accountant when you meet Henry Mendoza. You seem like such a people person.
A
lot of people picture accountants to be non-people persons, right? Like just more in the office, working the numbers. it's interesting that the trait you decided to follow. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. It is a people business. You have to talk to them. They have to trust you. It isn't about selling. It's about coming to an agreement on how to do something. But yeah, I'm a people person. That's why I'm so involved with things. I sit on 2 boards, the United Way and the Orange County Forum that we were going to talk about. And then,
yes.
And then I sit on a finance committee I got talked into it and gladly, because Families Forward.
That's great.
A pantry and low-income housing.
Yes.
And then I sit on an advisory for the chamber here and
exactly
state chamber, and then I sit on the government committee because I'm pretty good at the politics side of it. And then I'm trying to think what else I do. I'm probably forgetting something. But
you're involved in this other event also with Cal State Fullerton, right? It's Almost Titans.
Almost
right?
Titans. So I'm here to plug 2 events.
Yes.
Can I go away and plug?
Of course. Yeah, tell us about both events. Obviously, tell us about Somos Titans, because Cal State Fullerton, for those of you that don't know, is one of our longtime partners here at the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. In fact, our Madam Chair, who is Alba, right? She's part of Cal State Fullerton, and so it's dear to our hearts. So please do share both events if you don't mind.
Let me start with, this is a joint event with the Orange County Forum. It's a current events organization where we bring in speakers. Whatever's current, we'll bring in people, and not all politicians, but they've all made rounds: governors, senators, local politicians, captains of industry. We have a pretty good board, and then on top of that, with the Hispanic Chamber, because it is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
And so I thought, what better than to bring somebody in here that can bring us a national perspective, and that is Gary Acosta with the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, and NAREP for short.
Yeah, NAREP is huge, right? Like, they've been around for a long time. They're a national company. So having Gary speak at an event is a huge thing.
He has a podcast, and he's on YouTube, and he's been doing a minute or 2 snippets on specific.
I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen the clips that you sent me, and man, he's got some great information, some great input
on Hispanic business and the Hispanic brand, and that's what I've been about. Not just, but that's who I am. I walk around and I am Hispanic. So I've been involved in trying I am an American, but at the same time I am a Hispanic heritage and proud of it. And so I've been involved with that. And Gary talks about that, talks about our brand and the trillions of dollars that Latino businesses generated. And a lot of my clients are Latino businesses now, and they're very successful and technical. Yeah. And so this is going to be at the Pacific Club in Newport Beach, Wednesday, September 24th.
Yes.
Starting at 11:30. If you are planning on going, please come at 11:30, because then you can network and get ready to, because once you sit down, the program begins. But the networking is the fun part. That's the part I like. You mentioned that today. I love to meet new people and see how I can help.
And it's important that everybody's viewing or listening that you hurry and purchase your tickets, because there's limited space at this event. And so you must go to ocforum.org. That's ocforum.org, of course, because you got to book your tickets. You got to get your tickets. You cannot show up at the door and say, hey, can I get in? Is limited space there. And so I think you said only 150 tickets total,
about 180.
Right? 180 maybe. We're going to sell out fast. So please get your tickets ahead of time. Do not wait to show up at the door. If that's the case and you've heard about this the last minute, we ask you to please contact on the website the information there and see if there's still tickets available.
Yeah, and I'll be the MC and I'll be up there speaking with Gary, but he does a great job by himself, and I think it's going to be good. Look him up on his...
Gary's great. Man, he's a great speaker. I encourage anybody listening or viewing, you want to hear a great speaker, you want to go see Gary Acosta, because I've seen his videos. I've never met him, but I've heard nothing but good things from a lot of people that have met him, have heard him speak. A lot of my friends are in the real estate industry. And it's definitely worth coming out and seeing Gary and meeting him if you get a chance.
Sure.
And meeting Henry, too. And come out and meet Henry. That's another.
I'd love to meet you.
Henry knows a lot of people. A lot of you think I know a lot of people. Henry here, he's known people for so many years in our chamber that he is very well connected. So definitely come over, see Henry, and tell him you saw him on the podcast show.
Yeah, yes. And then the second plug I'm going to make is for Somos Titans. I used to be I worked when I was chairman of the California Hispanic Chambers. I started working with Governor Schwarzenegger at that point in time. And then because of what I did, ultimately I became a trustee for the California State University system. And so that's the whole system, 23 schools, 23 campuses. So help run that. And that's pretty awesome. You're talking about over 400,000 students and 40,000 employees, and trying to move, like moving a ship.
Wow.
And it was an honor to do that. But then I come back to Cal State Fullerton, and so now I'm helping with Somos Titans, which is on October 5th, 2:30 to 6. And it's at the Arboretum, which is in the back corner. For those of you that know Cal State Fullerton, they have that garden back there.
Beautiful, it's a beautiful garden. Yeah, I've been there.
But we have this year, so it's for scholarships for kids, just in general. It's a Hispanic serving institution, but it's for, again, kids that need the money.
Yes.
And that's what the scholarships are for. We have some great sponsors I'm one. And then,
yes, of course.
But also, I thought I had a list, but I don't.
But I think it's more important than anything. It's Cal State Fullerton. It's one of our local schools. A lot of your neighbors, your kids, the kids in your neighborhood, the people in your neighborhood, their kids are going to this school, and it's great that you come out and support whatever it is Cal State Fullerton is doing. Our youth chamber just had one of their networking mixers there yesterday, actually. And our youth chamber, as you have heard from Henry, has been around for many years as part of our chamber. And we've been able to develop through our youth mentorship program at our youth chamber some great leaders. Some of them work for Pepsi now and Edna and CVS and some of these big companies. So we encourage you to support these events. That's what the Orange County Hispanic Chamber is about. It's about bringing the community together.
Yep.
Putting together these events. These events take a lot of work.
A lot of
People
work.
don't realize how much. I know because we put a lot of events together. Estrella Awards it's
massive.
A whole massive. You're talking about this year. I think this past year, we had close to 800 people attend it, right?
Yeah, it's a great event. It's grown a lot since we started. They wanted to kill me because I changed the whole format. But with finishing up the Somos Titans, we have the people that are going to be there. The entertainment is going to be La Santa Cecilia.
Oh,
for those of you that are Spanish speaking, they sing in Spanish, but they're from East LA.
Yes.
So La Santa Cecilia, they
great band. I've never seen them perform, but I've heard lots of good things about it.
You have to buy tickets to go see them, but they're going to do this for Cal State Fullerton,
nice.
And so it's going to be a treat for everybody. So we hope to see you there. And but then that's basically it. We'd love to have you there. It's again on October 5th at 2:30 to 6 at the Arboretum in Cal State Fullerton. And don't forget the Orange County Forum and the Orange County Hispanic Chambers joint event with Gary Acosta at the Pacific Club in Newport Beach on Wednesday, September 24th, starting at 11:30. Please buy your ticket. Support me because I'm the one that's putting it on. When I got Gary, I got lucky that Gary, in the sense of he's a great speaker.
Yes.
I think we need to take advantage that we have him here. And I look forward to meeting all of you and having you all come and support the chamber and myself.
Before we go, Henry,
yes, sir.
Tell me, what is next for you? What is next for Henry Mendoza? What's the goal, you think?
Hopefully being a grandpa at some point in time.
Yes.
Not too soon, but yes, my daughters and my family's a big deal. And so my wife Rosa. But at some point in time slowing down. But I don't see myself slowing down right now. I can run circles around my staff. I hate to say this, but I've been up since 3:30 this morning working. So there's a lot of work right now. I'm trying to get everything finished, but those are my days. I get up early. Either I'm working out, I work out every day, and either work out or I work. So I just wake up and then I just start my day and I go to the end of the day. So
since you start so early a day, does that mean you go to bed early then?
Not really.
No.
Not really. And I don't need a lot of sleep. And there's days when I'm like, it's over. I sit down.
You take power naps in between? Because I'm like that. I'm usually up about 5:30.
No.
But then about 3, I need a little power nap and then boom.
I wish. I do.
And then I go to sleep at midnight again.
I do, but not really. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I should probably, but don't. But the next thing is going to be, again, slowing down at some point in time. I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm getting older. I'm not that old, but I'm getting older, but I'm still killing it, and it feels great. I'm excited about what I do. I'm excited about the community, and so at some point in time I will slow down. But for right now, in the near future, no. I'm right now taking lessons and golf, trying to play golf now. And
yes,
we were talking earlier, the gentleman in here, I used to sail, and maybe take that up again. And
nice.
I've always done something. My brain's always going, the community and what's going on in the state, etc., in the country. I'm always involved in that also.
Well, I know we have a few minutes left. I want to take this moment and this time to personally thank you, Henry. Really appreciate everything you've done for the chamber. Our chamber, I look at it like a family. It's no other chamber. I go to a lot of different chamber networking events, and ours is just something special. So I've always been one of those believers that it all comes from the roots of the people that started it. And having people like you still around, come around, and I had on the show here, Frank from Casa Garcia. And when he walked into the building, he was just like in awe. He was like, this is where the chamber office is? He was in shock, right? So to meet some of the people that have been around those years and share stories for people like myself that have only been around 15 years as opposed to, let's say, 25 years, it's good to see the growth and where we've evolved.
Oh, we've grown
right?
since then. Yeah, he was a huge supporter. He's also a client and a friend, and he's a 1,000 points of light from the president.
Yes, Frank
all
Garcia.
that. We needed to give him that award because we couldn't make payroll at one point, and we had a menudo. For those who know what menudo is,
Yeah.
he let us do a menudo breakfast, and we raised the money to
Fundraiser.
Yeah,
He
to
does
make-
a lot of those at his
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah, to make payroll.
Yeah.
So those were the days. So we were entrepreneurs ourselves, and it was great. And the people that have come, that were on that board, I've done big things, and they still doing big things. And so it's exciting to see where we started, where we're at personally, and also the chamber itself. It's a fun ride. The county is fantastic. So we're leaving it in a good place at some point in time.
We've run out of time, folks. I wish we can have Henry here longer. We'll bring him back on the show again. Again, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate all you have done. And don't forget, folks, please go out and support these two events that, of course, Henry here just mentioned. And we'll see you on our next show, next Wednesday again, same time. And thank you for being on the show, Henry.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
There you have it. One more reason to tune in each and every time to meet our community, the Hispanic business community, here on Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio, streaming live from our studios here at the University of California Irvine's Field Applied Innovation Center.